Charlie Kirk debated a college student on toxic femininity when he got hit with this.
Are there any other reasons as to why this generation of lost boys might exist, or do you basically attribute it to just...
I acknowledge all of that, of course. And one of them, it's a very good faith question, and thank you. In America, we made a stupid decision in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s to shut down our factories in the middle part of the country and basically disenfranchise and deindustrialize tens of millions of working class men and tell them to go move to the cities and learn to code. I said this in the previous Q&A, but I can again, which is that a family used to be able to be supported on a single income of 35 weeks of labor a year. Now it takes upwards of 60 weeks of labor a year. However, given all the economic and social and all those factors, the largest of all of them is the cultural and the educational that has infantilized men and hyper-feminized them in the messaging, in the outreach, and in the treatment. And so I can give you specific examples,
in what way has the education system infantilized men?
I mean, every possible way, from the hypermedication of young men, from in the core curriculum in America, we learn about toxic masculinity from ages 8 in public schools in California and in New York. We never talk about toxic femininity. Do you agree that there's toxic femininity as well?
I mean, I think it's an unfair double standard.
Why? Well, how can femininity not be toxic if masculinity can?
I'm not saying they can't be.
Do we teach kids about toxic femininity in our schools? No, tell me yes or no.
I mean, I think that they come from two very different places. I think toxic masculinity comes from a level of misogyny, where I think toxic femininity often comes from a reaction to a misogynistic system which fundamentally oppresses and systematically oppresses women. And I'm not saying that toxic femininity is a good thing, but I'm saying it's a much more understood and valid reaction to a system of oppression versus toxic masculinity, which oppresses.
Okay. So even if I grant you that, are they teaching toxic, has that term ever been used in a school that you know of?
What term?
Toxic femininity?
No, it's not.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes, Charlie, it is weird because nowhere in America are children explicitly taught about toxic masculinity as part of the school curriculum. It doesn't happen. That was a flat-out lie. Also, Charlie literally proves the college student's point that it's greedy corporations that shut down factories and hurt men, not feminism. Then the student brilliantly points out the false equivalence Charlie's making between toxic femininity and toxic masculinity, and he provides a clear distinction between the two. Whereas one is a system of oppression, the other is a reaction to that system. So I say kudos to the Oxford student, but let me know your thoughts on this and follow me if you want to see Charlie Kirk's lies called out again.